stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian. Today, I'm excited to discuss innovative approach achieving the Korean glass skin using the Curejet. So, I'm really happy to hear as a member of KAD, and I'm now a medical director in Salon Dermatology Clinic. So, what is a glass skin? So, it isn't just about being hydrated, it's about translucency, minimal pores, and highlight reflectivity, a hallmark of Korean skin beauty. He's one of my favorite K-stars. The women and men all want glass skin as like his. To get there, we must address three pillars: smooth texture, restoring the lung structure, and enhancing the skin barrier function. I think that glass skin aligns with what global aesthetic experts define as good skin quality. It can be classified into 4 categories: skin firmness, tone evenness, surface evenness, and glow. While all 4 EPCs are important for a balanced, healthy look, recently patients are becoming more focused on achieving a poreless, ultra-smooth texture as porcelain. They are no longer satisfied with the bright tones, so I often need to prioritize the treatment of the skin surface evenness as the primary step. Since introducing the Curejet into my practice, I have gained a new level of confidence in achieving the flawless porcelain skin for my patients. So in the past, we used needles, and there are barriers like patient pain, needle phobia, and the risk of inconsistent drug distribution or higher risk of complications such as nodules or vascular compromise. This is where needle-free jet injection comes in. So NFJI have been used for over 75 years for the transdermal delivery of various medications such as insulin and vaccines. This device uses an energy source to move a piston that generates extremely high pressure to eject a high-speed narrow stream from the nozzle. As we say, the liquid becomes the needle. So there are various driving forces for jet injectors such as springs, compressed gas, or lasers. Each of these power sources have their advantages and limitations. The third generation, the Curejet, uses electromechanical ramp force. The device operates by generating an electromagnetic field via a coil, which propels a hammer, creating a high-speed microjet by entry effect. It can deliver ultra-fine volume of 1.5 microliter at a rapid speed of up to 20 Hz. This means faster treatment and much higher accuracy. Generate high-speed microjets allow for deeper and more powerful penetration. So this is not just theoretical. The Kaad study showed that Curejet successfully delivers substance like PDL-NHA, the develop precisely into the papillary and reticular dermis, depending on the nozzle distance. The histology confirms uniform distribution through the dermis without damaging the epidermis or blood vessels, reducing downtime. So there is a split phase trial. One side of phase were treated with Bitron using manual needle injections, while the other side was treated using Curejet. The general patient satisfaction is significantly higher on the Curejet side, primarily due to the dramatic reduction in pain. Furthermore, we observed superior clinical outcomes, wrinkles, and poor reduction of the Curejet side. This leads to an interesting question: why does Curejet perform better than needles even with the same drug? This comes from the unique physical stimulation beyond drug delivery. The jet creates microtrauma and shockwaves that stimulates fibroblasts for collagen production. It also performs acoustic substitution, physically breaking down dense fibroscolarity collagen bundles that pull down atrophic scars, and this creates a powerful synergy effect maximizing the clinical outcomes. So when the high-speed jet enters the dense dermal tissue, it encounters immediate resistance, leading to a phenomenon called lateral spread. As the forward momentum decreases, the liquid disperses horizontally, ensuring a wide and uniform distribution of the drug. This acts as the mechanical substitution and allows Curejet to achieve both effective drug delivery and structural remodeling. So there are three main factors that determine the depth of penetration extent. So we are now using a nozzle size of 200 micrometers. The jet diameter is fixed, so let's see the other factors. So the first, the speed is the primary driver of penetration depth, and our main tool for controlling is the skin to nozzle distance, as we call standoff distance. When using contact mode, the jet retains its full kinetic energy to bypass the skin barrier, reaching the deep dermis. This is essential for intensive structural remodeling, such as the scars and the pores. As we increase the standoff distance to 15 millimeter, the air resistance causes rapid speed decrease. The jet fractures into the very final units, allow us to precisely target the epidermis, improving skin texture and rejuvenation. So by simply adjusting this distance, we can switch from deep dermal substitution to superficial toning. So in contact mode, maintain a 45-degree angle with 1 to 2 millimeter gap deep delivery. While a single pass is a principle, the stacking is possible depending on the size or the characteristic of the lesion. For tuning mode, hold the nozzle at a 90-degree vertical angle at least 50 millimeter away from the skin, and you can customize this based on whatever the patient's needs. So if a more intensive treatment is required, reduce the distance more shorter, and on the other hand, for sensitive area of the thinner skin like the forehead and around the eyes, I recommended increasing the distance to 20 millimeter for safer and gentler application. So during treatment, look for the mild papules with focal blanching and pinpoint bleeding as your clinical endpoint for contact mode. The papule size directly reflects the injected volume and distribution. We can use as a visual guide to control power and volume. While contact mode shows these distinct papules, non-contact mode typically results in mild redness. So the second thing, the viscosity is a critical factor in optimizing the jet dynamics. First, the viscosity and jet speed have an inverse relationship. Lowering viscosity reduces the internal friction within the nozzle, directly increasing the jet speed for deeper penetration. Second, high viscosity fluids often form unstable, elongated jets, while low viscosity fluids with high surface tension, like water, ensures a fine, uniform microjet formation. The proper dilution based on particle size and viscosity for already aqueous solutions like toxin and PDRN, no additional dilution is needed. However, for high viscosity agents like Regeron or Hydro, dilution is essential. Also, matching the dilution to the particle size is very important. So, although there are standard protocols based on indications, but after mastering the learning curve on yourself, you can adjust the parameters according to the patient's condition. So I primarily use the PDMLA with Curejet as their signature promotes long-term dermal remodeling. I choose for volume for scars and large pores, and for skin rejuvenation and texture, both prepared using a 10-fold and 8-fold pre-dilution. When adding maximum toxin, we subtract the toxin volume from the sunlight to maintain a constant ratio. So customization is key. The scar adjusts the parameters and stacking based on tissue responses at all. In turning mode, vary the distance. As I mentioned before, while Curejet is a powerful treatment alone, the combination therapy delivers a far stronger clinical results and higher patient satisfaction. Now let's see the clinical cases, and please do take a picture of my patients. So on the left, you can see the immediate response of the entropy skull on the nose. The pupil was pinpoint bleeding. In the T-zone where the skin is thicker, empathy may be less visible. So however, avoid using excessive energy just to see a reaction. For aged or fibrotic tissue, increase the volume first and then gradually raise the power. And as shown on the right side, a single session can really soften the scar. So this male patient received 6 Curejet sessions, 2 cycles of 3 monthly treatments with a 6 months break. He already has got treatment before, but it was plateau state. So I only used this patient Curejet alone, and it improved a lot his acne and also his general skin texture and tone. He received a forehead Botox every 6 months, but there still remain deep static lines, so I used contact mode with the Curejet, and its lines has improved a lot. So his acne scars has been really improved. And she's my friend who lives in Italy and visits Korea every 6 months and receives various laser treatment and toxin. And she was lived in Italy since she's young. She had a very photo-aged skin compared to her age. So the last video I introduced her to treat the pores and texture with needle RF and other kind of lasers. And after 6 months, she returned with great excitement, reporting that her friends said that were amazed by her glowing and smooth skin than before. So we repeat the same protocol this March, and I'm looking forward to see her the next visit. This patient, my concern was box scar on her right cheek. I performed a full face Curejet treatment combined with needle radiofrequency of the T-zone and cheeks with urban shouldering for the deep scars. Not only scars and pores, but also skin tone and texture is refined. And this patient has a similar concern and had a level 3 session, and she was happy with the result. But I wasn't happy with the PIH, so she had no complaints, but pains can occur in areas where scars and large pores were treated using contact mode. While most cases resolve over time, it is crucial to inform the patient in advance. And during the treatment, if you observe excessive swelling of pupils or bleeding, you should reduce the power and volume or increase the nozzle distance to ensure safety. So this is my last slide. So why Curejet for skin, glass skin? So it may allow injector to more precisely control the depth of penetration, the volume of the drug by adjusting the distance, and it's very minimally invasive treatment. And there has like a mechanical stimulation of jet plus biochemical booster of the delivered drug, and also we can customize the drug. And I think the dilution is really important. Thank you for your attention.